Dukes of We've Done.
Dukes of We've Done.
Episode 77.
3 more chapters of JJK.
And I don't know what the fuck they're going to be about.
I know, this one really felt like just the end. I feel like they really could have put the end if they cut out like those last couple pages about Yuta.
At first when they said, oh, we're going to save Yuta, I was like, oh, from what? And then it's like, oh, so just from the people that are bothering him. So that means Yuta's still alive.
I hope so. I hope that's what it is.
I think so. But then the question is he in Gojo's body or is he in his body?
Someone put a fake leak of, and it was a fake leak, like it was drawn to look like that bad scan style and everything, of Gojo and Yuta's body, just like going crazy. I was so angry.
I wouldn't want that.
I haven't shared it, so it was like, every new gen sorcerer surviving except Yuta is going to be my villain origin story.
I tell you though, hyper anticlimactic with the Sukuna.
Yeah, it sure was.
Literally just a black flash. I don't understand what these fucking... Is this just like... Because Yuji just normal punches him and he falls. Is this Sukuna just like falling off of Megumi right
I
here?
think so. Like goop.
On page 4 and 5. For those of you who'd like to see.
Let's say I make my way downtown too.
Yeah, probably, because then right here on page 6 is that same goop laying on the floor.
Yes, he is like torn from it a bit.
Yeah. And I really don't like Yuji's last words to Sukuna. Just like, you or me, you know,
Let's call him back to the Mahito thing.
Not to curse someone, but to live with someone. But I don't know if, like, is this Sukuna just disappearing?
Yeah.
Is he gone forever? Did he go back in Yuji?
I think gone forever.
Hopefully. Because I would rather that than...
What Yuji was asking for?
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, man. I expected more from Sukuna when he went out. Not just, literally just being like...
I'm dead. Goodbye.
Yeah, just like I got a compliment on how complete you are in acting the fool, Yuji. But don't you dare insult me, for I am a curse.
I wonder how much of that is John Murray.
And that's it. Well, yeah, but I mean, even if it is John Murray,
it's like these are still too few text bubbles.
Yeah. And I'm just, I wanted...
Something. It really just feels like it's over.
Yeah, just kind of fast.
Speaking of, I expected more. Flip one page.
Oh, yeah, no. Hey, at least they have battle damage, so they weren't just sitting down.
Yeah, but Urumen's just like, oh, he died. Peace.
Merely got lucky.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but see, so, like, is he teleporting away?
No, I think he's disintegrating.
Yeah.
Like, look at all that.
That's what I mean.
Which is like, I'm out.
Because, like, the battle damage on Urume looks weird, especially, like, that neck stuff. So I'm like, did your head get cut off? And
so I was saying maybe he got hit by the subway doors things a bunch of times.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, but he's, Urume normally has the high neck cowl, so we don't really see their neck, right?
Yeah.
So I'm, like, sitting here, but, like, is this a Kenjaku thing?
And even now, we only see from the collarbones up, too. We don't get to see, like, how they're, like, dressed, like, their outfit. Well, actually... There's one shot from behind where you see that's just like the chest wrappings.
Yeah.
And that's...
But I did love the next page flip, page 12.
Yes. This half of the chapter is what made it worth it. This third of the chapter.
It just went so back to the original judge.
Immediately.
Dicking around, and then Megumi wakes up just in time to catch Yuji trying to put fucking...
Planning a Kujisaki's alive surprise.
Putting her inside the present. Oh, I was dying.
It's like this whole chapter should have been devoted to Sukuna dying. Then whole of next chapter could be devoted to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And fucking Gojo's notes.
Oh, yeah.
The one John Wary W ever. Sorry, Megami, but your dad's a goner. I wasted his ass.
What is the official translation?
I have no clue. I think it was just kind of like, I killed your dad. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, it was funny. I was dying. I like the meme I found of what Kugisaki's note actually said. Where it's like, go just like, I'm your mother.
And then it's, we have to save Yuta.
But,
I think you're right, though, with the yelling out, Yuta, you jerk.
Confirmation, too, that Maki's alive. Because she's right there.
Yeah, she was right there. Panda and Maki. Best boy Kusakabe.
Worst girl Miwa.
Worst girl Miwa. Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it anymore. Girl put everything she had into a blocked and broken sword slash. That ruined all of my Miwa love. So I know Gege doesn't actually look at social media because he would have known better.
Yeah.
I can't use a sword anymore.
Like I said, man, I'm wrapped up on the anticlimactic way the Sukuna went out.
Yep.
But it's like, at the same time, though, it's basically like what I wanted this whole time. I just wanted it to end. Because it was over. Dragging on.
There was nothing that... Well, there was some things that would have been satisfying, but they probably weren't going to happen.
I just wanted to see more of Sukuna get was... You know, because I didn't want to see Sukuna beg for his life like Mahito did. I don't want that level. But I wanted him to be more... You know what I want? I wanted him to go out like Aizen went out. Just angry. Not that because he was beat by tricks, you know, because like when Aizen goes out and he's yelling at Urahara and he's just like chastising Urahara for all of his stuff and then everything, and it's just like I wanted something similar to that where it's like he's just mad that he got beat. He's not afraid of anyone. He's not like Mahito where he's scared of death or he's afraid or he's now crying. I didn't want to see that from Sukuna because that wouldn't fit his character at all.
I want him to go out like a demon slayer demon. Way back when.
Oh.
My father beat me.
Probably.
I wanted some backstory, man.
You ain't getting it. 3 chapters? No way. No way.
It just upsets me that, like, it might be part of the point of it, but it upsets me that I don't really know jack shit about why Kenjaku or Sukuna really got where they got.
Or what their connection to Tengen was. What the fuck
or
the
each
merger
other.
Was. Or each other.
We get like how he turned into fingers, but I would have liked how they met.
What's Kenjaku's real deal? Is he really just wanting to fucking bring Sukuna back just to fucking fuck shit up?
And if he really was that chaotic guy that's just like, I just want to see what will happen, could I see where he got that philosophy from? Again, some people say, like, part of the point of Sukuna is you're not supposed to get it. He's supposed to be a force of nature. You know, like, you're not supposed to be able to get into his head.
See, because it's weird, right? Because normally for me, I've said before how I don't like the over-analyzed or overexposed aspects of the mystery element.
Yeah.
Like Itachi thing. Where I like the fact that we're given a bit of what Itachi's true story was. Where it's like, no, he didn't actually murder everybody for murder's sake. He did it for this reason.
Just see if I could.
Right, so we
out
got
my
the answer. And so
power.
I liked the Itachi twist that's like, no, he's not a good guy, not a bad guy, he's actually a good guy.
It's when after that they're like, oh, we heard you like Itachi. Here's more Itachi.
Exactly. And they gave so much to him that it's like Itachi was so much cooler when he was an enigma.
Yeah.
That thing at the side that just like this unstoppable force, and they just added so much, and so much so that I feel like they downplayed what Itachi was because of how much they added to Itachi's story with Shusui killing himself to give Itachi his eyes or whatever, and it's just like
they really bent over backwards to be like, he's a good guy.
yeah, and then like they just kept adding to his story and added to his story, and I feel like each addition to the story lessened the story because now there's no speculation. Oh, but what if
The Star Wars syndrome?
yeah,
We got 2 movies. Now let's make a billion things for that space in between those 2 movies. Let no reference go unturned. You'll see the Kessel Run now. You'll see them steal the Death Star plans now. You'll see.
hey, I liked the stealing of the Death Star.
Me too. Again, it's the
Rogue
best
One's
thing they've
lit.
made in ages.
It's the best thing Disney made. Period.
Yes.
It's not
in
a
the
high
Star
bar-
Wars universe.
Yes, not a high bar to pass.
No.
And Mandalorian
Yes.
seasons 1 and 2.
3 was still good. They managed to land,
I've
stick
seen
the landing on
Bits of
3.
it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, it's not as good as 1 and 2, but they really stuck the landing on the end.
Is it gonna be a 4?
If it is, it's probably not going to be about Din Djarin unless they change their mind, which is a possibility still.
Yeah. But anyway, so that mystery element I'm talking about, I feel like it's too heavy on Kenjaku and Sukuna. I feel like there still needs to be should have been some answers given.
Something. I just want a little bit about their life, man.
I didn't need a 10 chapter backstory.
I needed a 1 chapter one. Just for how Sukuna went from being a regular sorcerer from wherever he was to the fallen one. I didn't get to see where he fell from.
Or what means he used to... Did he use Kenjaku, something with Kenjaku, to then turn into the cursed object? Or cursed spirit, or whatever the fuck
The way they
he is?
described it is Kenjaku showed him how to do it, and then he could do it all on his own. But that was always a weird explanation for me.
Yeah, agreed. So, I don't know, I feel like there should have been more there. They set up a whole bunch of stuff with Tengen, and then that went nowhere. We haven't even seen Tengen again.
Yeah, he was shot over to Sukuna for the merger thing. And that was it.
Yeah.
And before that, it was, I have lived. Or when he was chatting to Tengen about his strategies at one point, too. Just musing to him because he's a captive audience.
But
I wanted all of that. Maybe 3 chapters. Give me 3 chapters. Because then when they could have actually showed us Uro killing the whatever squad they described twice that we never see. Do you remember the Sky Manipulation Girl? She's like, those clans and this shit. And I forgot who they mentioned. They mentioned somebody killed the squad that she was in. I forgot what they're even called. Because again, we don't see them. This is just a whole bunch of history I'm being told happened.
right.
But that if you gave us a 3-chapter flashback, it could have even been a throwaway line here being like, oh, we just dispatched the blah 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 squad. The only flashback we get to back then is the Yorozu one. Where Yorozu approaches Sukuna and gets killed.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I was thinking
No,
of...
it's okay.
I was thinking of... Fuck. The true biggest fraud in JJK.
Kashima.
Kashima, yes.
Yes.
Because, see, they did Kashima justice, where after he died, they showed his backstory, and you got to know his info. And it was short, concise, and to the point. Okay, I'm happy with that. You could have done the same thing with Kenjaku. Did a half chapter.
If they wanted to do it through Angel, they could have. I get told about not even really what Angel's life was like. I get told that tiny piece that Sukuna was a part of whatever Angel was a part of that we're still not told either, and fell from there.
This is another thing too, is the fact that Jacob's letter did nothing.
It's so
and
funny
it's
to
like
me.
all of these big moves or whatever, and Sukuna's taken out by a fucking Black Flash.
Yeah, Uno Puncho.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was like,
and there's other
with, like,
factors, like he was
else.
cleaving at the space between he and Megumi or whatever, but that doesn't translate in a fight. What translated in the fight is he punched him and the fight was over.
Yeah. Punched Megumi out of Sukuna.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I think he should have at least like formed up into a humanoid one more time so that you can actually get like that big moment instead of pulling an envy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. I don't know what the fuck 3 more chapters is going to be. I could see 1 more.
If I see Gege ever put out like a one-shot or even like has someone write a light novel for like some Heian era backstory, I'll be there. But yeah, I feel like there should be 1 chapter left. Save Yuta. All done. Maybe 1 more chapter to do some weird framing of like the world goes on. Cursed energy is still there. There'll still be curses.
Yeah. But 3, I don't know.
Flash to Megumi and Nobara's child.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Please, Gege, please.
Make you to live.
Gege.
If I could ask you one thing.
Nope. Gege, please. Do not do a Boruto, yes. Or
Jujutsu Kaisen, Sorcerer's Next Generation.
Or a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen Shippuden type deal. Don't. It's over. It's done. Please, do not.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Go somewhere else. Explore your horizons. Explore other genres.
Gege wants to make an idol manga next.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Too. So.
Which he's gonna kill it. I'm just saying.
I don't know about that.
I think he would. I'm not sure if I'll be there reading it, but he'll kill it.
I put out my not concerns, but my feelings about that in the last episode. So.
Well, I think his art will kill it. I'm not sure if his story writing will kill it for an idol manga.
True.
He could draw a sexy person, but I'm not sure if all that exposition will be needed.
You know what? Go take a break. That's what you need to do, Gege.
Yeah.
You got millions of dollars.
Hopefully.
I mean, I'm sure he's fucking...
I don't know what kind of contract they have. I mean, he could be making like 2% merchandising sales. That's where the real money is, merchandising. True.
Because you get merch sales, and that's like his retirement thing. But at the same time, volume sales, you're not the most...
Again, what percent of it is he getting of volume sales?
Either way, I mean, I'll look up his fucking net worth right now. Gege, Tommy, net worth. Yeah, 10 to 12 million USD. I mean, that's... I don't work any more money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's US dollars. So that's, higher than the yen. So that's like really like 24 million USD. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, he's got money to do whatever he wants for however long he wants before he decides to go back to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I remember us looking up like
Sailor Moon and being
terrible. Her and Togashi don't make nearly as much as either of them should have.
Oh, especially Sailor Moon with all the merch that sale. Oh my god!
But I mean, like, there's still always room that the creator could get fucked. There's always room for that.
Who made Pokemon?
Oh,
is that a dude or is that a company? Because I'm sure
at some point it had to be a dude.
I'm sure that they fucking
shafted the shit out of him
and took it from. Okay, Satoshi Tajiri is the creator of Pokemon franchise. He is a Japanese video game designer and director who co-founded Game Freak, the video game developer that created the first Pokemon games.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, boop.
Okay, copy. Let's see how poor this guy is. Because he should be a fucking gazillionaire.
It does give me comfort that he's founded Game Freak, though.
$10 million. Are you serious? The creator of Pokemon. I mean, again, this is fucking only...
Ooh, was that updated? Someone on Reddit, not that Reddit's a great source, just said 5.1 billion. But it's Reddit, so it's like,
Google says this fool's only worth 10 million. Let's see. This is yeah, I don't know. I mean,
garbage.
How did it get to?
I guess no one responded. Yeah, it's looking like random subreddits. God, I hate Reddit, man.
All right, so that's depressing. 9 years ago.
It's worded the exact same.
Yeah, and this link is 9 years old. Is the tweet really that old?
Man, we found the one place that has even less credibility than Reddit. Twitter.
Old Twitter, too. December 2014.
Oh my god.
And look, 329 likes.
No comments. Lots of reposts.
Yeah, so he's...
Still not enough.
Yeah, so he's anywhere between 10 million and 5.1 billion.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that range.
Oh, I forget what the word for it. Never mind. Like a hairline gap there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. But, I mean, Pokemon is...
the number one highest grossing franchise of all time.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Well, just do company net worth, see if that... Over 100 bill. Gross revenue, maybe. Let's see.
Twill down with them. That's the AI. This one will be better.
150 billion in lifetime revenue as of 2023. And you gave 10 million to its creator. You cheap fucks. Which makes, I mean, there are a lot of people that play Pokemon, but there hasn't been a good Pokemon game in fucking a decade.
Legends Arceus was alright. It was alright.
I forgot that exists. I mean, it looks
by
cool.
the standards of newer Pokemon games, it was a good game.
Yes. The last one I played was X and Y.
They're just completely unambitious. That's their problem.
Yeah.
And they don't need to be.
No.
They've never had to.
They have no competition. They release a game, it sells like hotcakes, and they're like raking that dough.
Those are the last ones I liked. X and Y and Alpha Sapphire, whatever the Ruby one was called. Because I bought Sapphire. Those were really good. And they had so many legendaries from Pokemon's history between those two games alone. I felt like it was like a conclusion to my Pokemon journey.
Well, there you go.
Why would I ever have to play another again?
I probably will never play another Pokemon.
I will if they give me a reason to give them money. But they don't do that. Like, if they made an MMO, I will be there.
I mean, they could make because it's Pokemon, they could make a single player live service game, basically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just this. How many Pokemon are there? It's over 1,000, right? probably over like 2,000 now. How many Pokemon are there? No, only not 1,025 Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking Pokemon. You just make a fucking you have the same.
Yeah, stop doing this whole like every like 5 years putting out another generation. Just
all they have to do is keep all of the battle stats the same.
Yeah.
You have all the data for it.
Either want
just
to do
make a 3D, kind of like Legends Arceus, but maybe. I mean, Legends Arceus is kind of comparable to like the new Zelda games a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, bring it
just
up.
Looks way worse, but yeah.
Bring it up to the Zelda games quality level, or maybe a little higher, because you still want that like cartoony look, because that's what Pokemon is. You don't want to.
There's no sense. Yeah.
So just bring it up.
Plus, if you want a really good world map, you're gonna want to bring that fidelity down.
Yeah. So bring it up to fucking the new Legend of Zelda games. Open world. You got a fucking continent that you go in with a bunch of Pokemon. And then the next year, new expansion.
Yeah.
$40. Here's a whole new continent with this generation Pokemon.
And they could just do like an old school Diablo, not like newer Diablo, where you could just like set up a server to meet people in. So it'll be like a wild zone that you can have instant servers.
Yeah. Or it could be just like the MMO, or
I would prefer just like the MMO, but I'm looking at like how much they suck. So I'm like, maybe just like there's an island, and you set up your own little server to like meet up with people with.
Yeah, so you can go battle people, because what's the
point? And trade.
Yeah, trade, do all that stuff. Like a Diablo would work better than more of an MMO, where Diablo is like 4 is more
it's like a drop
player.
in-y, drop out-y sort of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't want to just be trying to do solo stuff and then some random player just comes up and like spam challenging you to duels, Pokemon battles, stealing your Pokemon that you're trying to fight or something.
I've had off-brand Pokemon ideas, but I'd keep them close to the chest. I'll never say them on the podcast. That could still make me money someday if I learn how to code or find somebody who learns how to code.
Good luck, bro.
Oh, I believe Pal World did it. They said, what if Rust but Pokemon? And they just smashed those two together. And it worked.
True.
That's why I got a couple to add, couple of variables to add to that equation that I think would pop off.
I think many people would play that game, where it's just Legend of... What the new game's called? The newest one?
Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild style level graphics.
Yeah.
Here's a
which is kind of what they were aping too with Legends of Arceus, but again, just like way worse. But it looks like they're trying to do that.
Because with each game, people hack it with the Pokebank so that they can have all the Pokemon that are available. So you just do it without that. You just say, all right, here's Gen 1 Pokemon. Here's a whole island, continent, here's the map, whatever.
Get her in.
This area of Gen 1. 6 months from now, we'll add Gen 2. 6 months after that, we'll add Gen 3. And you just slowly build the game. And each time you add a new gen, it's a DLC, and you just charge the one-time purchase to gain access like a DLC, so that you're gaining money for each new content you're adding. And then...
And you could also monetize it to the fuckload. Like,
you could just monetize it.
You get player housing going, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, or you, because your Pokemon, accessories for your Pokemon.
No, it's over.
Put glasses on your Pikachu.
Yep, done.
Put fucking...
Put one
hats.
callback to another game, it'll be over. A surfing board in your house that Pikachu will jump on, it's done. Everyone bought it. It's almost like they're kind of allergic to money. They're just the laziest developers I've ever seen.
Yeah, which is weird, too, because they make so much of it.
It's because they never had to try.
Because they don't have competition, either. If you're the top of the fucking hill, and you're the only one climbing the hill,
and people
you're going to
like,
climb it as slowly or as fast as you want to.
They're going to have to try now. No, they don't. No, they don't. Power World has been played, bought to saturation, and now
Power World is a pebble in the ocean.
Literally. They could put out the exact same quality again, and no more people will leave than they did last time. Like,
it's in its own niche. There's nothing. It only
everyone that tries doesn't hit the mark, and I've tried a lot of them now.
I mean, there are ones that it loses out to in certain genres. Like, I wouldn't say it's the best trading card game.
No, definitely not. But it's above some of the competition too, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely probably the top 3.
Yeah.
My bet, personally, top 3 would be
Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon.
In that order or not that order, I don't know. Just those 3.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd switch. I mean, I hate Yu-Gi-Oh, so Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. You right. Not that order.
But I will say, I think that Pokemon has the more expensive cards. Like, the rare Pokemon cards blow the rare Magic cards out of the water.
Do they?
Yeah, the highest Magic card is the Black Lotus, and that's, what, $50,000?
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, but there's Charizards out there that are $500,000. A PSA Grade 10 rare original Charizard is like worth $500,000. There's no Magic card worth $500,000. Yeah, you're seeing it now, aren't you?
Let's see a $5 million Pikachu.
Yeah. Magic.
PSA 10 too, though, mind you.
Yeah.
If you touched that card, it's not PSA 10 anymore.
Well, if it's PSA 10, that means that it's been graded and it's in a case. You can't touch it anymore. It's in a hard case.
But I'm saying, even to get that 10, you would have to have not touched it, like,
ever, yeah.
For all time. I mean, the last Alpha Black Lotus sold for $3 million. They're not too far out from scale from each other.
But there's also more cards worth that level in Pokemon. Because that was a Pikachu. Charizard, as far as I'm aware, is the most, like, was the most expensive Pokemon card.
That's what I searched to find that Pikachu.
Okay, yeah. Pikachu. Yeah, I'm literally just...
Because there's a $2 million copy of the One Ring from the Lord of the Rings set. You want to know why? Because it's a one of. Yeah, there's a... Oh. Yeah, but look at this fucking art. It's not $100 million, but... Well, sorry, $2.64 million.
I do like that they wrote in Elvish font for it.
Yes.
But either way, whatever. I mean, the card game is one aspect, and even if it's like, oh, it's not the most popular. Yeah, well, they got a card that's worth fucking $3 million. You know what I mean? They're still crushing it in the fucking card game.
Kind of surprised by some of these. I expected the 2-drop take an extra turn, and I haven't even hit it yet. Whatever. It was pretty much all full of like the Mox Amber, Mox everything. Everything in the Power 9 except the card I was saying. But yeah.
Pokemon makes plenty of money. And like I said, if you're the only one climbing the hill, you're going to climb it just as slow or just as fast as you want to.
You saw someone climb a smaller hill over there, and you're like, cool. You just keep climbing your hill.
Well, I think it's more, too, that they have climbed the hill, and now they're on the other side, just, like, walking down it.
Chilling, having other people climb it, and they still make money off those people somehow.
Yes.
And Power World's not going to change shit, because Power World's not going to become a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
No. You know when Pokemon will fall off?
When they fuck up too hard?
No, when it becomes public domain.
Yes.
So 100 years from now, that's when it'll fall off.
Does it still become public domain if it's not actively being made by the same people, though? Because, like, Steamboat Willie fell off because they don't make more Steamboat Willie.
Well, I think it's just that...
I think.
It's just... Well, also, too... Well, I don't know if copyright law is universal. You know what I mean?
That's also true.
Or how it works. So, from my understanding of my limited understanding, which I'm sure someone will listen to this and say that I am fucking wrong, is that once you place the copyright on something, that copyright is good for 100 years.
Okay, so it's when the copyright falls off.
Then when the copyright falls off, then it's public domain.
I'm sure there's going to be eight more complications to this.
Yeah, because I speak for the Lord of the Rings.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Comes public domain in 10 years.
Does it really? Holy shit.
Well, 12, but in...
Holy shit. Everyone's got to really speed that train up a little bit.
It's out now, season 2 of Rings of Power.
Yeah.
And my wife was making noises and pointing at... I was like, what? And she's pointing at a computer to be like, let's watch it. And I'm like, I'm not fucking watching that.
I hear people say it's better than the first season.
Oh, not what
with
I hear.
Zero context. None. Negative context.
I've seen 2 videos on my scrolling through YouTube saying that it is an abomination to Tolkien.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Did you see the anime trailer?
Yes, I shared it.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I saw it I saw it earlier that day.
It looks lit.
At first, I saw it too. I was like, I should show him, but I wasn't sure if they fucked with the lore. I'm like, will it just piss him off? I'll just wait. I'll see if he sees it on his own first.
Because I shared it in the group chat 2 weeks ago. But
it does look lit.
So I heard because I didn't see anything from it. They had a concept art, but it was more of a brush painting.
Yeah.
Thing. I was like, okay, so I knew it was animated. So it's like, okay, cool. So it's an animated series. I wasn't expecting just straight anime. It's anime. It's not animated. I was thinking maybe it would be something closer to Castlevania or something like a Western-ish style.
And
anime.
I think the colors kind of mimics Castlevania, just the color.
Yeah.
But the style's all anime.
Oh, it's just full on anime. So okay.
I still think that's one of the best things with the Castlevania, and just beyond great animation, is they have such a great sense of color. The color palette in Castlevania is just...
Yes. So, I don't actually know, where it takes place. The Rohirrim, the Lord of the Rings one. So, I know it's about Rohan and the Rohirrim, but I don't know about that timeline. Or where it is. So I couldn't even say if what I saw in the trailer is accurate or not.
It's just lit.
It's just lit.
If anything, watch it before you find out if it's accurate or not.
Because I feel we don't actually know too much of the history of the Rohirrim. So I feel like they're going in some deep lore to get this story. So we'll see.
Hopefully even choosing something that's not as well defined to try to make their own story.
Because the shit I would want to see... Which sucks because Rings of Power is in a timeline where I would kind of want to see it. And I understand some of what they have to do. Because the entire Rings of Power, the storyline that they're trying and failing at trying to showcase takes place over about 2,000 years. So trying to do that cohesively isn't going to work very well. You can do that in a book, especially when all of the characters don't die. You know what I mean? So time is just...
I would say, and you have a lot more control over time. A time skip in a book is a lot easier on the belly than a time skip in a TV show.
All right, so I should say it's more of a lot of the build-up of the story that they're doing takes place over a very long time, but then there's a lot of stuff that happens in a short amount of time at the end of the second age, which I'm sure they're going to build up to. So all of Rings of Power is really trying to animate or bring to life the entire second age. Minus... No, that's the third age stuff, sorry. But yeah, so entire second age stuff. But again, it happens over a long period of time. But, I've seen from trailers, Tom Bombadil's in it, which makes fucking zero sense. Zero sense. And he doesn't even look lore accurate to what he is. And the order of operations is different. Certain people that should have met by now don't meet, and it's just like hostilities are there for drama's sake when at this time there isn't hostilities. Because I've seen season 1, so there's still hostilities between the dwarves and the elves at this time. But Celebrimbor, who's in the show, and during the 4th, I believe it's during the 4th of the 6 Durins. Forgive me if my numbers are wrong.
Yes.
But they join in friendship or whatever, and you remember in Lord of the Rings, the Mines of Moria door that they go
Speak
to? Speak friend and enter.
Yeah.
On that door, Celebrimbor's name is literally on the door, because that's when that door was made. It's basically China's Silk Road is what that door is open trade between Moria and Eregion, and all of the flourishing that happened. But Eregion gets sacked by Sauron eventually at some point, and that's supposedly happening in season 2. But I'm like, okay, so if you're gonna sack Eregion, at the end of that, Celebrimbor is murdered very brutally by Sauron. So when do you plan to have the trade happen with Moria to then, once all that happens, to then justify Moria shutting their gates? And the fact that you made the 3 Elven Rings first and not last makes no sense. So it's like, because that's the whole thing. Sauron isn't I'm gonna come at you with an army and take you over. He's the
rot from inside.
Yes. His stat in D&D is charisma.
Yeah.
To the max. He has a silver tongue. That's where all his stats are. And so he disguises himself as Anatar, the giver of gifts. And so he goes to Eregion, where Celebrimbor is, a very prominent smith, very, very skilled, and Sauron teaches him what's called ring lore, helps you make the rings. But because you're using Sauron's ring, anytime you make a ring using Sauron's lore, meaning his techniques, whatever ring you make, at any point ever in time, the one ring will have dominion over that ring. So together they make the 9 for the men, they make the 7 for the dwarves, but then Sauron is outed as Sauron, so he gets kicked out of Eregion, and in secret, Celebrimbor makes the 3 rings for the elves. Sauron fucks off to Mordor, makes the 1 ring. And as soon as he makes that, the 3 elven rings are aware of the 1 ring and know, oh shit, that thing controls these rings. We're fucked. So then Sauron's like, I want my rings back. He sacks Eregion. And it's the only W Sauron ever gets in his life.
That's brutal.
He comes there, he sacks it, completely destroys it, takes the 9 and the 7, but the 3 escape. And then Numenor is like, yo, that wasn't nice. And this is when Numenor's at its peak power. And just to show how strong Numenor was, this is also when Sauron's at his peak power. Sauron will never be stronger than he is at this moment. He has the 1 ring on his fucking finger. He has the 9 rings in his possession, and he has the 7 for the dwarfs. Fucking Numenor sends a few ships over and fucks his ass up. Just one battle takes him out.
Damn.
Completely. And then he tries running away, and they're like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. And captures his ass. And it's like, well, we're taking you back to Numenor. So they take him back to Numenor. But then, charisma happens and he makes a cult that worships Morgoth and works his way up from being prisoner to...
Child of Morgoth.
Works his way up to being the counselor of the king.
Damn.
Spitting poison into the dude's ear. And gets the... Numenor to be like, yo, you guys are like, look how strong you are, you guys are awesome, but look at the Valar over there holding the Undying lands and immortality for themselves, and all the elves get to go there, but you guys can't go there. It's right there. Let's just go there and conquer it. And Numenor's like, all right, let's do it. But then that's where Celiodor and Erendiel are like, nah, we don't like this. So they go to Middle-earth, and they found Gundor. Numenor goes to invade Valinor, and God is like, no. I sink your ships, and I sink your island, and I make the world round. Because flat Middle-earth is a thing.
Yes, I learned about that, actually. I recently watched a video about the history of Middle-earth.
And because that's when he makes the world round, in the Second Age.
Is that when he also makes the sun and moon?
No.
It was like late First Age. It was a lot later than I expected. I remember that much.
So the First Age is weird because the First Age starts basically at the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And so its length is, I think there is an actual length of time associated with.
But it's before technically recorded history. Technically, because there's no mortals to actually write it down.
Yes, so, because originally when Eru makes the world, he makes the Undying land first, Valinor, and what the light comes from are the two trees of Valinor.
I remember I heard that part, and then the history kept going for a while longer, and I was like, and then the sun and moon were made. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's actually, because the trees happen. Morgoth doesn't like that. So he goes, finds Ungoliant, and he's like, yo, you're super powerful, I'm super powerful. They're having a party. Let's sneak in and take the trees. And these 3 Silmarils that Feanor made that could potentially replace the trees. So let's just take all 5 of them. So they go in there, and Ungoliant kills the trees. And then she wants the Silmarils and almost kills Morgoth for him. So he calls his army of Balrogs to get rid of her, so she runs away. And so now there's no light. The light of the trees is dead.
Is the Eru Ilúvatar just like, well, I'll put it where you can't touch it.
Kind of, but it's also the most badass thing in the world because it involves my favorite character. So Valinor is I don't know what they use for light at this point, to be honest with you. I just know it exists because there's still stars, but there is no moon and there is no sun. But then, because this happens, in this, Morgoth also kills the first elf, Finwë. So when that happens, his 7 sons swear an oath that they'll basically, until Morgoth is dead, they won't stop fighting him. And it leads to all 7 of their deaths. Feanor and his 7 children. Not because Finwë has 3 children.
Okay.
His Feanor and my favorite character, Fingolfin, who is the quintessential hero character. So he reluctantly goes with Feanor. He's like, okay, I gotta go to Middle-earth and fuck up this Morgoth guy too. But then on the way there, Feanor just... You look up the definition of a dick, Feanor's face is right there. He's a dick. He initiates the kinslaying. He kills a bunch of elves for boats because he needs to get his army across, and they didn't want to give them to him. So he murders a village. And then he goes there. So the only other way into Middle-earth other than the boats is to go north over basically Antarctica type shit. So that's how Fingolfin has to go. And the second he steps foot on Middle-earth, the first footstep he takes is the second the moon comes into existence.
Damn.
And shines light upon the world as the hero arrives. And it's just because Fingolfin has the most badass moment of all time. Because he's just an elf. That's it. But, I mean, just an elf. He's a first-age elf. There's memes of, like, what first-age elves are versus what new other elves are. They're just not comparable.
Or the Targaryens kept the bloodlines pure.
So he fights Morgoth one-on-one. And almost wins. And Morgoth was afraid to fight him. Morgoth is an archangel.
Yeah.
equivalent to Lucifer. Quite literally, the second most powerful person in all of the existence of Middle-earth. Eru, Melkor. Bar none. And he was afraid, but he's like, fuck, this one dude just rode here to my doors, alone, called me Craven.
I can't let this stand.
And he's like, I can't not face him in front of my generals. I'd lose face. So he comes up and has to fight him in combat. And Fingolfin dodges 7 blows and then wounds Morgoth 7 times before he grows weary, and then Morgoth
finishes the job.
But when he finishes him, as he goes out, Fingolfin stabs him in the foot and hews at his foot and says, from then on, forever, Morgoth continued with a limp.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like he got crushed, but then also like the pit that he was in filled with Morgoth's blood. So not only did he get crushed by the foot, but they just drowned in blood. Yeah. Fingolfin's a fucking badass. But I could talk about that forever, so let's segue. I could go forever on Lord of the Rings in Middle-earth lore. So yes, let's step away from that because again, I'll talk about Lord of the Rings for eternity.
But sir, what about Eru Ilúvatar?
There you go. The one. God, that's it.
More. No. Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say it. Chainsaw Man.
All for just one panel too. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the chapter. This bitch really just took the strongest devil from part 1 and was like, yo, it's my arm now.
Come, my son.
Which makes total sense, and I'm surprised we never really thought about how she should be able to control the Gun Devil beforehand.
Yeah.
Because, it's literally, the tools of... shouldn't she also be able to control Katana Man then, too?
And the Bomb Devil.
Just any weapon.
Yes.
She should be able to control the weapon hybrids.
Someone did mention Katana Man on Twitter, too. They're like, uh-oh.
Run, Katana Man, run!
She really likes swords, too.
But like I said to you when we first saw it, I was like, well, I mean, maybe, because we don't really know how strong it's going to be right now. But is it going to be enough? Probably, because someone's got to be able to calm Denji down or do something.
Pacify him in some way.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting that Yoru was, so hesitant to do it, though. She actually did care about gun and tank. She even says, turning those two into weapons would run counter to saving my comrades.
Do me a favor, because you have the chapter, scroll all the way to the end, quick. Or when she specifically... Yeah, see, right there, she has her mouth back.
She does. And you want to know why?
Is that the mouth devil right there that she took him out?
And I didn't realize until, right before you picked me up, it's because she blasted him in the stomach. She went right to the source. And I also didn't realize, though, that there was a mouth there. I had grown so used to no one having mouths.
I literally just... Because I know she didn't when she first summons it, because she says it to herself.
Yeah, when the blade was coming in on
right
her.
Here, yeah.
I love that. Would I even turn my own children into weapons? Well, I guess I would. Boop. Come
to mother. Gun. Tank.
This is the other thing. People are like, Rizzy! Rizzy! Soviet Union! Rizzy! Oh yeah, it takes place a while ago too. It both takes place in the 90s and was a world without World War II. Or without the memory of World War II.
I did not know it takes place in the 90s.
It does. Or sometime before 2000.
I feel like I need to see a cell phone to confirm this. I swear I've seen a smartphone somewhere, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I really don't think I have. They've definitely have talked on phones before.
They have. But you know what? I want to find the exact time.
You know the specific moment where they speak on phones?
No, I meant what year it takes place.
Oh.
97.
Cool.
Right.
The more you know.
Yeah, but I mean, fire chapter.
Yeah, definitely not anything in the realm of what I was expecting her to be able to do.
No. I know. I switched off the app. There we go. I also love that shot of the blade coming in on her. This page.
Yes.
So far, you can even see like the blades whirring and spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And coming for.
Next chapter is gonna be nice because I'm gonna be like,
I don't even care that I have to wait 2 weeks for it.
oh, it's on break.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we waited 2 weeks for this chapter too. Honestly, if this is what we're gonna get when you give me 2 weeks, come on, Fujimo, just make it bi-weekly. Just do it.
We've been saying that for so long.
We have. At least then it'll be predictable. Like, when our chapters will come out.
Fucking, I don't know, that Chainsaw Man version is just so strong, though, and I'm just like... But at the same time, someone needs to, like, smack some sense into Denji to come back down, because then what happens... If Yoro loses this fight or whatever, he's not just going to cut her up and walk away. He's going to fucking eat her just like everyone else he's taken out so far.
Yeah. Especially with the mouth again.
And the rampage...
So I mean, I have a lot of faith in her having the fucking gun devil as one of your arms. And again, the power also scales with how much you care about them. And Yoro clearly cared about them.
Yeah. But at the same time, too, is the power reflective on the fear of the devil, specific devil. Because I feel like the fear of the gun devil has definitely decreased since Chainsaw Man beat it.
Yes, but also the fear of guns still. Though I don't know if the fear of the gun devil went down. It killed another, 1,000,000 people on its way to Makima.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think people might be more scared again. And then tanks. Tank devil.
I'm not so worried about its offensive. More of it's just a super defensive item to have in my mind. I feel it more as...
So I'm sure there'll be some shelling going on.
Oh, I'm sure. But I'm more like, this is definitely... I feel like she grabbed that one specifically, but because tanks are... It's a tank.
Catches blade next chapter.
Yeah, right? I think that's what we're more likely to see from the tank devil, because if you have the tank devil and the gun devil, granted a shell from a tank is stronger than a gun, but in terms of what we've seen the gun devil be capable of,
I'm going to out myself as a complete fucking idiot right now, like a gigantic idiot. I only realized because the last page of this chapter that Makima's little gun thing was because she had a contract with the gun devil. Because that's exactly what she did.
How the fuck did she get a contract with the gun devil?
Forcefully. Because again, Makima was the one that beat the gun devil and put it in Aki.
Did she get no, I swear she had the gun bang the whole time, or did she only have that at the end after the gun devil stuff with the
I think it's after the gun devil stuff, because I don't think we even see her have a real fight. No, you're onto something. Nope, you're right. Because I think she used it against the darkness devil.
I feel like she did, yeah.
It might still be true then.
What?
That she might have still had a contract with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, how do you get a contract with that thing? He ain't giving out contracts. He's just like, yo, I'm...
just death. We don't even know how intelligent it was, honestly. It could have just been like...
Such a cool design, too.
It's the coolest looking devil that's come out, besides Darkness. But it's even that's a competition. So it's a guns cooler. I won't fault them for it.
Hell Devil's pretty fucking lit too.
It's true, and that new one we saw too was actually pretty fire. I forgot what they even called it. The one they'd use the mirrors for.
Oh,
that thing's pretty fucking cool too.
That's the Agent Devil, isn't it?
Yes, yep.
What was it? Or is that the Dark? I think that was the Darkness Devil, the one where the astronauts were cut in half.
And it has two people's bodies as legs. It's oh my god.
Yeah, Darkness Devil is fucking scary as fuck. So cool. There's also like
the arms like wrap around to like hold his cape too.
Yeah, see when he just like this panel here when he's just like there at the end. Ugh. So he's like 1, 2, 3, 4. His torso is made of 4 people stacked on top of each other.
The backwards arms form the rib cage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking cool. One of the arms is like what holds his cape. The legs come down as like whole people's bottom torsos.
Yeah. See, and then the Hell Devil too.
I still can't get over the fact the arms spell Makima. I can't get over that.
Hell Devil is just.
Yeah.
Is this real?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I thought. When did the Hell see? Man, I need to reread part 1.
Clearly in the Makima fight.
I thought the Hell Devil was around the same time as the fucking Darkness Devil.
No, I think I know who you're talking about, but it is the Doll Devil.
Oh, yes.
Swap out Hell with Doll, because the Doll Devil contracts someone else to send them to Hell.
Yes. Does he just, like, take the Hell Devil out right here, then?
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man? Damn, Hell Devil, you whack. But at the same time, though, it's the fucking murderizing fucking Denji.
It was the Doll Devil empowered by Darkness Devil. Because she sent... Too. It was like her payment for sending Makima to Hell was the Darkness Devil gave her a bit of himself.
This panel, man, right here is just so good. All the weapons going after fucking Denji. All the weapon hybrids.
I want one of my walls to be that panel.
See, because how is this? Oh, that's flamethrower. Never mind.
Yep,
I was like, is that like a machine gun fucking thing going after him right there? But
yeah, we have now met all of these people as people.
And they've all returned in part 2, except Rize.
Yep. Isn't that the biggest sad?
Yes. Rize, please come back to us. Denji needs you.
The fucking Doll Devil after transformation.
Yeah, she's fucking creepy. Creepy pasta.
That was such a good section of story. Honestly, that was like one I really needed a reread for, was everything to do with her. Because she essentially does to someone what Makima does to people, but she did it with just sheer manipulation.
I do love the astronauts. Just like the fact that the astronauts are there to represent like the darkness of space for the Darkness Devil.
I love that it's them praying to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like literally the coolest imagery humanly possible. In a field with a sky made up of doors. Like, how do you come up with this shit? It's so fucking cool.
Fujimoto, man.
My hero.
We know the life he lives, so...
I hope if he ever stops doing Chainsaw Man, whatever he does after also involves monster designs. Because he's just so good at it.
He really is. Like Guillotine.
He just whipped that out for like...
crow. Is that a crow or is it just...
Yeah, it's like a crow head with the skeleton under the blade. Just like, effortless.
How do you get that with Guillotine? I don't know.
On a weekly schedule. This deep into a weekly schedule.
mean, if I was him on my part-time, I'd just be, like, on my off-time, I'd just be, like, drawing fucking concept arts for different types of devils. That
just be ready. I'll just be drawing monsters and then later thinking of what word I can slap on them.
Also, let's just slide something in here right now. How cool is it that the KaguraBachi author is running a contest for OCs to have Chihiro kill him on a cover?
That is so fucking great.
It's so proggers. It's, like, so good.
It's probably going to be the best fan artist contest they'll ever have. Like, what a incredible transition then.
Yes.
Yes.
Of the Kagura of the Bachis.
Of the savior of Shonen Jump.
Dishes. That fucking color page of Chihiro is fucking lit.
Yas.
And, yeah, we get to meet
Mr. Shiba in color. My love.
We get to finally meet one of the sword bearers. I forget his name. It's in here somewhere.
Yoji Uruha.
Is that his name? I thought that was the oh, well, yeah. Yeah. I thought that was the fucking author's name for a second. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Takeru Hokazono is the author's name. But yeah, he's just like chilling in this place, being like, I have nothing to live for.
Like before that, he's just simping the whole time. It's Rokuhiro talking to him. Seriously, he's so cool. Those eyes of his, unreal, right?
I love the lore bits that if you contract a magic sword, you give up your any other sorcery.
So Sojo couldn't use his own sorcery that whole time that I was saying, what's his sorcery?
Yeah. Which makes sense, too, that we haven't seen Chihiro use any of his own sorcery either. But I like it because it's a trade-off for immense power. Because how much more broken would they be if they still had their own sorcery? You know
Mr. Shiba teleporting around, blasting people with shreds.
But then it kind of makes me sad because leader of the Hisaku guy, that plant shit is badass, and you're just going to give that up for the Shinuichi? Though it's the Shinuichi. So,
I would.
You know what I mean? But
You
whatever
just
power...
seem to do that passively, and it killed people.
And whatever power he has now is obviously strong enough to get him to where he's at and be extremely confident.
Plus, I wonder if, since he's more seasoned than Kyura, I'm assuming, but I would assume, I wonder if all of the attacks would be stronger and bigger and better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which makes me still want to see what the actual owner of the Shinuichi can do.
He's going to be some sort of fucking monster. I already know it now. Seeing this guy be like Simp Boy, I'm sure he's going to be like... If he wasn't fucked up before getting Shinuichi, he was probably fucked up by having Shinuichi.
And they have to kill him at this point if Kyura was using it, and it seems that he was trying to take over his body somehow, just from so far away. He was activating the abilities, not Kyura.
Yeah.
So the Hisaku guy's not going to want to fuck with that. He's going to want complete ownership.
Imagine if they just offer him like a spot. They're like, oh, we don't even really want Shinuichi. We're holding our cards to our chest. Join Hishaku. We have it. We can just give it right back to you, bro.
I wouldn't do that personally if I was the Hisaku, because I'd be like, it's like my assumption this guy's a maniac. Given the maniac the nuclear codes, you know what I mean? Who's to say this guy won't betray us? Because we don't know where the allegiance of the Hisaku comes from. Is they from the enemy nation that the Kabunami was fighting against? And that's why they're coming back. And does that means it's like the Shinuichi master is going to be like, yo, you're my old enemies. I'm just like, I want to fight, so let's fight. Or is he going to be like, I want to fight, so let's fight the Kabunami? You know, I mean, it could go multiple ways. But I think it's probably more realistic that they want to kill him and take the blade for themselves. Because that seems to be the plan for the other blades. So why make a gamble on the strongest that maybe the guy's going to come to our side and not just kill him and give it to someone who's actually on our side? I feel like that's the smarter play. personally, but maybe not the narrative play. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see once we learn more about him.
Yeah, I feel like he's like end game of this
section
of the story, because I don't know how long it's going to take to go through these. Like, you know, there's only a finite number of the swords. So what's going to happen once we get to all of these people? Because I don't feel like it would... I'm sure some things are going to... Like
yeah, we don't know how many of these are going to survive either. There's a good picture of them early on.
True. Because it's like...
They're there.
Based on what we know of KaguraBachi now, there's a vague foreseeable future of how long it could go. I say vague because it's like, okay, with just Cloud Gouger, they did basically just straight up, okay, here's Cloud Gouger, here's the one that's using it, beat the dude, you got Cloud Gouger back. But then with the Shinuichi, it turned into a side quest to go to the fucking...
to get a whole new strategy now.
To the auction, which then led into this. So you could go down another one with 2 swords from now. It goes into this huge, long side quest thing.
I think we even underestimate how huge Hakuri is for him. Because like when we started this story, he had no leads, nothing to go off of at all. And now he has a clear path to get all of them.
Pretty handedly and easily, too, if Hakuri can learn how to do it. He just has to touch each one of them, and it's game over for Hisaku.
Yeah, that's...
Just immediately.
Here.
But I also feel like they should know that because they
saw
Hakuri. So I don't know if they actually know. Because you would think the Kabunami would also know what his abilities are based on them seeing him, but they didn't. They had to have it explained to them in that meeting.
Fair. Yuki doesn't look like she likes running the calculations, to put it nicely.
Right. So maybe the Hisaku, maybe he's like a trump card that they have that the Hisaku doesn't know about.
Hopefully.
But again, I feel like something's going to happen where it's not going to work out as planned because it's too easy for the narrative.
Because they're already here with the guy now, with one of them.
Well, yeah, because now if they do it for one of them, I think the smarter play is to get the energy signal and wait.
And do all of them in one go.
One go. Because if you do it once, now they know you can do it. So they're going to take countermeasures to try and prevent you from...
Or siege even faster.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they chewed through this place.
Well, you would think now that one has been discovered and sieged, move the other ones.
Immediately.
Them, yeah. But then it's like, if you move them, you risk then making it discovered where they were. Because maybe this is the only one they actually knew where it was. We don't know how deep their intel goes, if they know where all of them are, if this is a multi-attack.
They definitely need to start looking for rats, though.
Yes.
Yes. It's time for a rat hunt.
There be a traitor in the mix. And it's
say,
probably not the guy that attacked your hero and wanted to kill him, because he's the obvious choice, so therefore he is not the choice to make.
I'll say lit action in this chapter.
How would you feel if it turned out that fucking Mr. Shiba was actually...
Don't even speak it into reality.
Wouldn't that be a fucking twist and a half?
I might actually cry. Like, genuinely.
We always wonder, it's like, where was Mr. Shiba when the whole thing went down? Because the dude was there, like, every day, and then, like, wasn't there for that thing, and he came, like, after everything was finished. Yeah. Now, I don't want that, because I like Mr. Shiba, and I like that he's...
I would love some more Mr. Shiba.
Yeah, I love that he's on gung-ho on Chihiro's side, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he needs rides or dies.
Yes. And, well, he's got 2 more now. He's got Chihiro. Chihiro has Hakuri and the girl. Char, yes. Which are both just fucking amazing.
I know, what a great squad.
You got a healer that can heal basically anything. And a dude that can store anything.
And the guy that could teleport anywhere.
Yeah. It's like, you can't touch them. It's like, yeah, you do damage to them, but Mr. Shiba teleports them away, and the Char heals them all. or Hakuri transports all of them inside of his storage thing, and then out somewhere else. So technically,
long-term transportation.
Extra
steps.
Extra teleportation with extra steps. Yeah. It's like the perfect hiding place too. Just go inside Hakuri's fucking storage house. Yeah. No one's gonna be able to find you. It's in a separate dimension. You know what I mean?
It's literally perfect.
Plane. Fucking hide and seek champions right there.
Best boy Hakuri. I just love this on the train. Where Chihiro shows up in the background and they turn around.
Oh, yes. I love that panel. And he's just there in the fucking...
Looks like surrounded. No, they are.
I love how cold he looked in the door there. They turn around and he's just not there anymore. It's
and like, the door's open.
And now he's in front of you.
It's just, he's got the rule of cooldown so hard.
Yes.
Split their necks open without even looking, immediately go into the pleased to meet you, Mr. Aruha.
Yes, and I love how he immediately starts simping.
Enchanted blade, but this guy, we promise not to let you die. I can fight piercing again, Mr. Okura! Because immediately sees like, oh, fuck, another weirdo. Immediately. It's like, why is it always me?
Poor Chihiro. Such a serious guy surrounded by fools.
It's like he put in all the work to be this edgy just for it to immediately fall apart.
Chihiro's like, do you know how long I was in that cart right there? Planning the ultimate badass entrance?
You see how unfazed I was as their blood splooshed out? I was perfect.
Did you see how awesome I looked with the shading before I came out of that door? You think this is planned? You think this is just happens? It is meticulously planned.
I just can't. This is going to be like my new fucking profile pic right there.
Glorious. I'd cut off the part where you had his shoulders at the top.
Oh, yeah, that one?
Yeah. So it's just the two panels.
Oh, I'm going to get it nice and zoomed into just that reaction face.
Oh, just a reaction face?
Yeah. Nice. Just a,
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit, what'd I get myself into? Are you all going to be like this? But even the way he fought was super cool, too. Like, throwing the shade, cutting the guy's eyes out.
Dude just needs a sword, and he's just a badass, which makes sense.
Yeah, the sword bearers.
So I don't need magic. You're still flesh and blood. This thing's gonna still cut your face off.
Speaking of sword bearers, I'm all caught up on Demon Slayer.
Oh, nice.
Yes. It was a better arc than I was expecting.
The Husher Shinra?
Yeah. I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah. It's just slow, but...
It's what I've wanted from JJK for so long. Again, the genuine funniest moment in all of Demon Slayer is that stuff with him and Tomioka. I was just dying. I haven't laughed that hard.
Passively aggressive, just annoying the fuck out of him 24/7.
I haven't laughed that hard at something so unassuming in a long time. Hey, do you want to have an eating contest? And then the end was lit.
Yes. My boy Gyome.
I did like the Infinity Castle scene, like, way more in context. I didn't dislike it before, but minus seeing Zenitsu be, like, a dweeby dork, just being like, I'm all cool now.
People ran to the hills with that. And I'm like... Because he has one cool scene in the final arc.
Yeah, they waited way too long.
Yes. And I'm like, it doesn't change the fact that he's a shit character. He's a fucking creep. And the fact that he actually does end up with Nezuko is fucking affront to everything.
It makes me want to vomit.
Yes.
Like, legitimately vomit. Again, the moment they walked up to him on the boulder and he was just, like, all serious again, now I'm like, it's too fucking late, man.
He has a good reason to be serious, so I'm not going to spoil that.
I'm guessing his dad or grandfather died. The one that taught him the lightning breathing from the one flashback he got.
Yes, but there's more context.
Okay, because it was very easy assumption. It was like the world's easiest assumption. It's got nothing on Guillaume's backstory. Got nothing on that shit. I don't even need to know. It's got nothing on it.
My man beat the fucking demon to death
with his hands until sunrise. Fire.
And then the little girl.
The whole thing's just so sad. The first three go running out and dying immediately.
So they didn't show it in the anime.
Them all being betrayed by one of the kids too in the first place. It was a kid that led the demon there and knocked away the Wisteria incense.
Because it doesn't say it there in the anime, but in the manga, it does specify at the end of the flashback that it was more just that the authorities were misunderstanding that girl. She wasn't calling Guillaume the monster. She was calling the demon the monster.
Oh, she was just saying, like, monster, monster.
Yeah, but it was gone because the sun evaporated it. So
yeah.
They just...
That's a little more hardening. Thank God. Not that he took offense by it either way with how it was depicted. He was really just still like, she was a child.
It's an offshoot way later, too, that it's like... It says in, like, at the end of a chapter in, like, a little doodle at the end how she regrets it for the rest of her life or whatever. And how she wishes to apologize to him, but doesn't see him ever again or whatever. And I'm just like... You should include that in the actual backstory, not a little doodle at the end of the chapter somewhere.
That's a big difference between me hating a child or not.
Tell me that was not the best animated fire you've ever seen in your life, though.
Oh, yeah. It was
the
good.
Explosion. I was like, is this animated, or did you guys actually blow up a building and record it? Because, damn. That explosion, that was like, that's good. That was fire.
Of course, all of them are closing in on him, though. I'm like, I've seen that Infinity Castle scene. I know it's coming.
I just love to, because that's when I first read that in the fucking manga, when Guillaume just comes out of nowhere and just fucking blows Muzan's head clean off. I was like... That's my boy.
Hell yeah.
That's my boy.
It's fucking fire.
I can't wait to see more. Because, like, just... It was such a small tease, too, that you see him fighting Muzan. He's just blocking everything. And I'm just like, yo, I cannot wait.
They really had the adrenaline pumping up for that, too. All the Hashras coming in on him. And then them all falling into the castle. And that was a blood pumping scene just to be like, season over.
Yeah.
Hope you liked the 7 episodes before that a lot, too.
Just for us to wait God knows how long for the movie.
Yes. I'll say I love Genya.
I know. Genya's fucking... I love
Genya.
He's great.
Like, anytime he's on screen, I'm like, Genya! Out loud with my partner in the room. I'm like, Genya!
Which is funny, too, because the female friend of ours in the group, she read it around the same time as I did, way back in the day, and we gushed over Genya together when we were reading it. I love it, because he comes off such a douche when you first see him in season 1.
Complete asshole.
Yeah. But, you know, the smart one in the series that chose American breathing style.
You also get so much, like...
First form. Second Amendment.
It's what Zenitsu lacks. Genya changes.
Yes. And I love the aspect that he eats demon parts and like gains attributes of that.
Him confronting his brother about it too.
Yes, you'll get more of that.
Thank God. I was going to be really angry if there wasn't more of that. Yeah.
Because we still don't see their backstory.
Yeah, we've seen Genya's backstory though.
Yes. But not Sanemi's version of it.
Yeah.
Which is he's another badass one too, because it's like after that he just becomes a demon, like a straight slayer of demons, not a demon slayer. And he just goes around with hatchets and stuff, and because he doesn't have the sword, so he just beats the fuck out of them and then hangs them in trees and waits
until the sun.
Yeah. And just burns them in trees and then continues on to go killing more.
It's still so crazy. It's like makes me so happy that there's like a rough version of air.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's a different take on air as an element.
He's one of my favorites too.
I like him a lot, but I mean Genya.
Yeah, no, Genya's amazing.
I like Tomioka a lot too. It's interesting to see that the ghost Tanjiro talked to was Genya and Gyu's friend back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you didn't bring that up. Really glad you didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
I saw him once.
Tomioka's depression doesn't need any more hits.
No. Well, it might turn into righteous anger. What do you mean you talked to my friend?
That makes no sense. Yeah, no. The action that just because it's just the whole rest of the series is just fights.
And hopefully a little bits of backstory too, because like you said
yeah,
with the
like
Wind guy.
Yeah,
and I really hope Snake guy gets a little something.
You full backstory for him too.
Good.
Mm-hmm. His is fucked up.
Big sad.
Yeah, in like where he comes from, it's all fucked up. And what's under his mask.
So let's say I think those two are the only ones that haven't had like an actual backstory. I mean, I guess you could count him, the white guy, being part of Genya's as at least something more than we have for Snake Guy.
No, yeah, because I always forget his name, Snake Guy. It's fucking something with an I.
Yeah.
Iguru or something, I think, maybe.
Really, if it's not exact, then it's really close.
So it's him. He gets his backstory. Again, you're going to see more of Sanemi's backstory because it's his perspective of it, and then that side of it where I don't remember them seeing that in the training arc where it shows him going around killing demons and hanging from trees.
No, we only saw what happened with Genya and his mother.
Oh yeah, because it shows Sanemi jump out the window and chase after him.
Yeah, and then Genya does also run into town and see him with like the bloodied corpse of what was left, and he even calls him like a monster himself, or says some horrible things like "You killed our mom." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and I think you also get to see Genya try to apologize while what's his face was pulling a cart.
Sanemi.
Yeah, but I think it fell on deaf ears entirely, or it might have just been him in his own head being like, "I'm so sorry, brother."
There is a lot more to Sanemi than... There's a reason Sanemi is the way he is. And that'll be, again, on his perspective of what happened and his perspective of what happens afterwards and what he wants. You know what I mean? It pulls his actions to the series together, and you'll be like, I understand now. And then again, like, Snake Eyes backstory.
Be nicer to his brother, though.
Yeah. But it sucks because you'll probably have to wait until the second or third movie for that.
I'm vomit. I told my partner that too, and the look of disbelief on his face. He's like, "Oh, you haven't been joking every time you've said that." I'm like, "No, I haven't been. We have 3 movies now."
Yep. Because there are other backstories too. Specifically, someone that you know, but I'm not going to say who.
And hopefully the master, who's now dead, but that would be nice.
No.
It took me the opening of this season to realize that girl is like his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've said it before too, so yeah.
Feels like a long time ago. Because in the opening it shows them two and then a bunch of children that look like her, but one of them has his black hair too, so I'm just like,
Because it's actually funny because there's a lot more flashbacks to happen.
Well, they did mention it this season too, because Musa was like, he blew up his wife and children. The resolve.
It's funny because you're going to get a Muzan flashback too. Unlike a Sukuna flashback.
Damn.
Yeah. And then each of the 3 upper moons all have a flashback.
Oh, yeah. That's the element I was completely forgetting about there, actually.
And Tanjiro's only present for one of them.
Hey! I'm guessing Kokushibo?
No. He's not part of that fight.
Damn.
5 other people are, though.
Damn.
Right. Each upper moon, each fight as it goes up, entails more people fighting the person.
I'm guessing he'll be with Akaza then, because Akaza killed Rengoku.
Yes.
That makes sense. That was the next narrative one that made sense to me.
Akaza has like the top tier one of the top tier backstories. I love Akaza. He's one of my favorite characters. People just don't like that he killed Rengoku, and I'm like, yes,
Fair, but not
Rengoku's
fair.
cool, but he's also not in the series very long.
No, but he is really cool.
He's really cool, yes. And he's got that up. It's because of his specific character and personality. He had that super bright personality that people really clung to really fast, and then it was ripped away from him super fast.
Well, including characters in the story, because there's a lot of people in the story that looked up to Rengoku too.
Mm-hmm. Uzui being one of them.
Yes.
But yes.
Been nice having him back. If it's just for this little bit. It's also why I could forgive like it being a big ass training arc, is because like they did a pretty good job giving me the things I would want, which would be Tengen. Though I will say, the Demon Slayer Corps is so full of scrubs.
Oh,
my god.
Yeah. If you're not a Hashira or Tanjiro.
There's like 2 trainings out of the 6. Because I think there was like 6 different training sessions because Gyu didn't participate. Even though he said he's going to come and participate, he still didn't end up actually coming and participating. But, so there's 6 different training things. I think only 2 of them scrubs could have passed. Which was Tengen's, which is just basic like boot camp training. And love Hashira's. Because it was literally just her inflicting you with flexibility.
Yes.
Every other test,
when
none
it's
of them
just
would
like
pass.
she puts her feet down, she's just like, ready, 1, 2, and then full split.
Yeah, I love having it in first person with Tanjiro and just start smiling and you just hear the But like, no one's passing Uguros. No one's passing what's his face, the Stone Hashira's one. No black coat. No black coat is passing that.
No. I don't think anyone technically did too, because I don't see.
No, Tanjiro leaves them all behind every time. Well, bye. I'm on to the next one. Buichiro tortures children.
Well, Tanjiro goes through the waterfall, and then he pushes the boulder. But then he's like, you look over, and there's fucking Gyome standing inside of a fire. Amidu Batsu. I don't know the saying, but he's just sitting there fucking crying, as he always is, and just fucking meditating inside a fire with this. Didn't he have like something on his shoulders with rocks hanging off it and shit? And I'm like,
well, I also just think like when you get there, there's like 2 black coats. They both pass out before Tanjiro even starts, and when Tanjiro's leaving, the only one left there is Zenitsu. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No one ever is leaving with Tanjiro. No one ever finishes their training. I can only presume the colored jackets and bare chest man.
I do love the waterfall one too with the Nosuke when he just like passes out in the waterfall. He's like, I got this.
And he's even the one that tells him too. It's like, you keep saying the chant because you might pass out.
He passes out. I love Nosuke.
Me too. I hate Zenitsu.
Me too.
Ugh. Yeah, all caught up in Demon Slayer.
Nice.
And I liked it.
Good.
Still complete bullshit out of nowhere that Nezuko suddenly conquered the sun. And I think it's also hilarious how everyone words it that way, no matter where they are on the fucking planet. Everyone's like, now that she conquered the sun, Nezuko conquered the sun. Even Tamayo, fucking cities and leagues across the world, is like, she conquered the sun.
Well, because they try to make it like Tamio, because like when it happens, she's like narrating saying, in the letter she's writing to Tanjiro that she believes that Nezuko will
conquer the sun
soon.
Don't you dare say it another way. That's why I have to believe if the subtitles were on, it would be in caps. Like, it's conquered the sun.
That's the name of this video. Conquered the sun.
Yes.
Name of this episode. No, because she tries to play it off like that. I'm like, well, maybe you should have like set that up like beforehand. That was, I think I said it too when you saw that, because you mentioned that.
I think when I said I saw the material, you immediately went into, so you saw that bullshit.
Well, because it's the one thing that I try to avoid in spoiling you on.
And you succeeded too. Yeah. I did not know that would happen. Yeah. And boy, did it drain the drama out of the last 10 minutes before it. Just entirely. It's like, God, how dare I be invested into a moment? How dare I?
I feel like the Swordsmith Village arc could have been way better.
It could have. I really like Muichiro, though.
Yes. My problem with it is we just came out of the Red Light District, which is arguably even like the best arc in the series.
It absolutely is, because even the downtime was super interesting and engaging.
No, I mean, even counting like the final arc, I just think it's like...
Again, it was super engaging. Even like the way the arc started.
Yeah, because you have one Hashira, Tanjiro 3-man group, Nezuko, and his 3 wives, all versus one Upper Moon, which is technically 2, but it's really because
again, that's
Daki
just the
herself,
fight, though.
Daki herself isn't an Upper Moon.
No.
It's the brother, I forget his name. He's the Upper Moon. And even Muzan said it before, too. He's like, yo, if he just got rid of his sister, he would have been so much stronger. Type deal. He would have been, like, raised...
In the context of that fight, though, arguable.
Yeah, but... No, because, like, his sister held him back. So if he was on his own, he wouldn't have been the weakest Upper Moon. He would have risen in the ranks.
I would say, I think he's lucky to have 2 bodies for that fight specifically, though.
Yes. Yes. Because he would have lost a lot sooner, I think.
Very much sooner.
But you go from that to then it's like, look how much damage one Upper Moon did and a demon.
Yeah.
But now we come into the next arc and we have 2 Upper Moons, both of which are stronger, one of which makes 5 copies of himself. So it's really like 6 Upper Moons just invaded this, and we have 2 Hashiras and Tanjiro. Not even Inosuke and Zenitsu, just... And Genya. And Nezuko. But Nezuko didn't contribute much at all to the fight. Genya...
I mean...
At the beginning, a little bit.
Yeah, because Tanjiro's alive because Nezuko contributed to that fight. They were, passing off going unconscious and saving each other for a part there.
You're right. All right.
Just to be, in all fairness...
I take that back.
When the clones first started coming out, Nezuko was swinging.
Yeah, but then it's like... I get what they're trying to show off with Murichiro basically one-shotting the pot guy, because calls back to Tengen saying how he's like, I'm not even really that strong with like what true genius is, and it immediately then shows Murichiro.
A true genius.
Murichiro himself, so it's really playing off that scene to be like, this is what Uzui meant, that Murichiro's fucking talented, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like, then the other Upper Moon, he's becomes immediately less threatening when he assumes his most badass form, because then Mitsuri just holds him off while Tanjiro.
She literally pops in and saves the day.
Yeah, but then all she does is just play decoy while Tanjiro's running around playing tag with the main body.
Yeah, but when she first comes in, you could already feel like the stakes lessen, because she literally just runs up and is like, oh, it's a giant stone hydra.
Yeah, so
she literally spins it around and muzzles one of them to body slam.
Especially too, because she's got that fucking like freakish body where she's like super strong. But you have no stakes. I never felt that they were gonna like anyone was gonna die in.
No.
But I feel like in Swordsmith Village arc, anyone could have died at any point.
I was scared Genya would die. To be honest, I was a little scared Genya would die. He was kind of lagging until the demon thing happened.
Yeah. But like when I was reading it, I was like, Uzui is dying at the end of this. He's not living through this fight. Which, I mean, technically he got retired because he lost a hand and an eye. He didn't come out unscathed. He's still
a very happy man.
But then everyone comes out unscathed in the next arc. Everybody. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean...
and again, I want to also really emphasize that the downtime in both of them, the Red Light District was way more interesting. It's like learning what the Swordsmiths do and having the kids kid barely had a plot line, actually.
Yeah.
Having the kid talk to and get bullied by Muichiro versus investigating the brothels. Brothels thing was way more entertaining. They made that like a good entertaining section of the story, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't even think the Red Light District was perfect just for the fights. Like, the whole arc was just good. Meanwhile, the downtime in the Swordsmith Village really felt like meandering.
Yeah.
It's like half of it was Tanjiro just saying hi to different people for the first time.
Yeah, it was...
Hi, Genya. Hi,
It's not bad. It's
Misery.
Just a lower point. It's probably, too, because it's in between two really good arcs with the Red Light District arc and then the Invasion arc.
Yeah.
Which is, well, I guess you could say the Hashira Training arc is a thing, but, like, the anime made that way longer than
I bet.
Is probably...
I bet.
I think that's, like, 5 chapters in the manga. If that. And then it goes right into that final arc, and it's a final arc type thing, like Naruto final arc, where it's just the war arc. That's basically what it is. It's just, or this arc in JJK that just finished up, same thing. It's just like Gojo shows up, starts fighting Sukuna. Well, Muzan showed up and started fighting Hashira, and then it's just fight to the end. But I still don't know how they're going to fit it all into 3 movies, but unless, like I said, the first movie covers the first 2, both of the first 2 Upper Moon fights.
And they just give Kokushibo his own movie?
Yeah, his own movie, but, like, because this, like...
Split it with Muzan a bit?
There's there's sections of the Muzan fight, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not... It's like phases, like... It's phase 1 and phase 2 type things. So, like, you could put part of the Muzan stuff. Because a lot of it happens at the same time as Kokushibo, too. So, like, while Kokushibo's fighting, Muzan's also fighting people. But Muzan's not fighting people immediately. Because he's stuck to Tamio right now. He needs to figure that out first. But, yeah. The movie's going to be lit either way.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
But when you gotta think about it, they're both gonna be, it's probably like 2 hours each. That's 6 hours of movie.
That's gonna be like a year or 2 in between each of them.
That's 18 episodes. Right? More than that, actually. Because a 2-hour movie, 2 hours, you'd think it's like 20 minutes of anime time an episode.
Yeah, it would be about 6 of those.
Yeah, so that's 6 episodes for 1 movie. Yeah, times 3, so I was right. Yeah, 18.
All, and mostly going to be in stunning fighting.
Yeah.
Like, there ain't going to be a hey, Genya. Hey, Missouri. Oh, hi, Muichiro. Oh, you're kind of a dick.
Yeah, no, it's just all fighting and flashback and all that jazz. So I think that it's probably is going to be that. The first movie is going to be...
Just think, though.
The first 2.
We're going to be like 6 years older by the time the third one comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savage.
The cost of making 3 fucking movies.
Really milking that one out there, aren't they?
So they should. I mean, I think I just recently saw something about how the reason that there's so many anime movies is because there's such a higher return on making a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
it's all the DVD sales still, but plus all of the actual theater shit on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, you make an anime and you're solely reliant on DVD sales, which is depressing for the future of anime because DVD or Blu-ray sales, and I don't know how if Blu-ray is popular in Japan or not, but over here it's just not. Nobody buys Blu-rays.
No one buys physical.
And I don't know how the monetization transactions work with putting an anime onto a streaming service or on live TV, which is what it is over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how.
Not as good as a movie.
I would assume part of the ad revenue maybe would go to the show because it's like the show is what's getting the person to tune into that channel, but then the channel's hosting it, so they're getting the ad revenue as well. So I'm sure ad revenue is split like multiple different ways. So there's obviously a way to make money because they make money. But you ain't making money.
I was going to say, a lot of the industry, the anime industry, complains that they're not making money, though. That's why I'm like, we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, Overlord just came out. Well, I don't think it's out yet. Overlord has a movie coming out.
Chainsaw Man has a movie.
Chainsaw Man. Gege did it with episode 0.
I bet they do it again.
Oh, yeah, they'll probably fucking do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure of it.
Watch from Gojo versus Sukuna on to the rest of it will all be movies.
I'm literally sure of it.
They're going to do the Cullen game as season 3, and then the rest of the movies.
Yep. At least from Gojo leaving Prison Realm onward.
Yeah,
or maybe they'll end a season with him leaving Prison Realm and some of the strategizing.
Yeah, well, they'll probably end it with, okay,
I'll see you in October.
I'll see you December 24th. Or is it the 25th? Is it Christmas or Christmas Eve?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And then watch it actually come out on the Christmas Eve. That'd be funny. Because you say, too, like, if we reread through that fight, it's all fighting, so that stuff doesn't take long in anime.
No.
Like, the Gojo versus Sukuna fight's probably going to be, the whole fight total is probably going to be, like, 10, 11 minutes
So
long.
Mappa does love adding.
Yes.
To their credit, because they do a really fucking good job of it.
You know what I'm worried about? Speaking of, like, good animation and stuff like that. 2 of the, like, the high prominent Toei animators that have been slapping with One Piece just left Toei.
Oh, that sucks.
Vincent Chansard and another guy whose name I forget.
We also I think we already talked about it, but I just gotta say it again. Tower of God looks like shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, does it look like shit.
Big sad too, man.
It's really breaking my heart. It looks so bad. I just saw the Mizzino episode. Because it was just dubbed. We're watching dubbed.
Yeah, I'm all caught up.
I still have even run into that scene from Twitter.
That's the next episode.
Oh, heartbreaking. I'm going to turn to my partner and be like, close your eyes, baby.
You don't want to see this.
Oh, God, the dub voice actors are so bad. Karaka's so bad. I don't know how you look at a man made of metal with unblinking golden eyes and give him the voice they gave him. It's like a whispery old man to me. It's like Meister Pycella's voice in Karaka. Like,
you know what I need to figure out is, for some reason, my Crunchyroll has been defaulting to putting Spanish subtitles. So at the beginning of every episode, it's not even every time I'm on, at the beginning of every episode, I have to change the subtitles back to English.
That's brutal.
And I'm like, why is this happening? Did I, like, fuck with my settings unknowingly?
Your watch list isn't getting weird recently, right?
Not that I've noticed. Why?
My Crunchyroll's been hacked before.
Oh.
Someone took my Crunchyroll before.
sure no one's watching any shit.
That's what I mean. It'll show up in your watch list, too.
Yeah.
And the only reason they got caught, well, the only reason I caught them, let's be more specific there, the only reason I caught them is because, like a fucking idiot, instead of just, like, letting it auto-renew for a month, they bought a year subscription on my account. So I picked that shit up, like, immediately. I'm like, if you had access
Did it charge you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like, wait. You had access to my account and clearly my payment. There's the Crunchyroll store right there. So instead of buying shit, you resubbed me up for a year and said, just let my monthly shit go through and keep using it. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, but I haven't noticed anything because that's where I actually go every week. Is when on the mornings I watch anime, and the weekends I just go there and the newest updated, because the watch list updates with the newest episode.
Yeah.
Of, like, the stuff.
That's how we know when new dubs come through too, because it's actually very good at tracking if you're all caught up to the dub or not.
Oh, nice.
Right? And I'm very thankful, because like when we finish the Tower of God dub, even if there's more subbed episodes, it leaves the watch list, and then the next dub episode comes up, it comes back.
Still shit. It's fucking.
Yes, they need a better new category. They also need to move new up like 8 rows. Why do I have to go down 10 rolls in Crunchyroll to get to just updated? Like, it was like spooky season, cell phones.
And then, like, they put genres like pink.
Pink.
What?
The cell phone ones where I just completely lost it.
Yeah, that was bad. It's like the
Mirai Nikki in another world with my smartphone.
It should be that, like, seasonal anime should have its own thing. Like, the current season should be its own thing. At like, basically the top. Should be top picks for you, your watch list.
I even like top picks for me. Get that shit lower.
True.
Put new higher.
Should be watch list, seasonal anime, top picks for you. I get the top picks because everyone does that. Yeah, most of the time they're not top picks for me.
It should be new releases, just updated. Just updated should be for anything they add from like the vault. New releases are new releases.
Yes.
Or put it on simulcast, because when you're going and putting old episodes of stuff.
Why is the most popular so high up too? Because it's like no one goes off that. That should just be.
I do peek at that, but I don't go off that. I peek at that to be like, well, the most popular is probably going to be the ones that are new for this season.
Not always, but
not
yes.
always.
Crunchyroll.
No, instead, here's some anime with cell phones.
But
they called someone in Nisekoi once. Well, Nisekoi's there now.
Well, it's Sony. The same people that just shut down a game 2 weeks after it launched.
$250 million in 8 years of development.
I didn't even know the game existed.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's been out for 2 weeks.
Do you know the details of why it...
Because it came out for $40. They made Overwatch, but charged up front again. And that's just not how it works anymore. That's why I think it failed.
Is it an arena shooter? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hero shooter. It's literally Overwatch. It's like like when Overwatch released, a development studio went, we'll do that for Sony. Developed it for 8 years. And then put it out to market. And there's so many reasons it failed. Like, the gameplay's actually okay, from what I've seen. I didn't spend $40 on Overwatch again. But the character designs are just forgettable. Some of them downright ugly. It's bad.
Yeah.
Nobody
bought it, or everyone that did said it sucked.
And we all knew it was coming too, because they did one of like the betas. It was for pre-orderers, and then partway in, it was for anyone on PlayStation Network also, because the numbers were so bad even then. Even when it was completely free to try, the numbers were bad. So then it comes out, and I think it was like 2 days later even. So even considering like 3 days after release, it peaked at 650 players.
That's bad.
Really bad. Worse than Lord of the Rings Gollum. Like, literally
like at the time, or
bad.
That's at 2 weeks of Golem's release.
Golem's total peak ever is higher than Concord.
Concord's highest peak ever.
Yep.
Brutal.
Literally an unprecedented disaster.
And Sony doesn't give a fuck. Because
no, but they can't. They already canceled it, and they're refunding everybody.
That's wild too. It's a full refund.
Yeah.
So it's literally just a full. But again, Sony doesn't care because that's $150 million fucking tax write off for them right there.
Well, and they better write it off too.
But that's $150 million loss.
You have no other factors like considered. I feel like that $40 price wall when Overwatch has already existed for 8 years. You're not going to pull anyone off that. These people have skins in Apex, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege already, Counter-Strike, Valorant. They have skins in all of these games.
Is Apex still going? I feel like it
still exists. It's still,
for some dumb reason, I thought that was like closing. Did one of those that you just named are closing, or is that something else?
All of those still exist.
It was PUBG that closed, right?
I think it still exists too, but people just don't play it nearly as much. I might as well throw Fortnite in this bucket too, because obviously Fortnite's another person they were hoping to pull people away from.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No. So why would all of these games that Overwatch did have a box price at one time, but it is now free. So why would anyone abandon all of their skins, their play time, and all that to try a $40 game that could barely hold people on a free beta?
It's like the fucking Suicide Squad game. It's like, where were you planning to pull these people from?
Exactly. Who are you making this for?
Isn't that still going? Aren't they trying to hold
it's closing.
They're closing that too?
No, that's announced to be closing down.
Good.
Yeah. It's awful.
Stick to your Arkham series, bro. That was where you were. That was your bread and butter.
Make the Suicide Squad series an Arkham game.
Please don't. I am so done with the fucking Suicide Squad.
I'm not.
It's a shit squad. I don't give a fuck about any of those characters.
I genuinely like that. I just finished the anime.
My soul weeps for you.
I liked it.
I just never. Even since I watched the first movie, it was alright. I don't need anything. All of these characters. I don't give a fuck about Harley Quinn. Deadshot's whatever. A giant talking shark. The fucking tattoo guy was kind of cool, but then it's like then you got bad fucking Gambit at home with Boomerang guy.
Not even Gambit at home. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Thankfully, one of the first things they did in the second movie was kill that man.
And who else is there? Another person on the Suicide Squad?
I don't even remember. I barely remember that first one.
No, just in general. Is there another member that I just...
Oh, yeah, because the whole second movie is just a completely different Suicide Squad besides Harley Quinn. It's like Spot, Bloodsport, Peacemaker.
Spot as in the fucking Spider-Man? Nope.
He looks incredibly similar.
Well, totally different universe, Marvel.
Yeah,
DC
I did that though when I saw him because I had already seen Suicide Squad. I'm like,
because my immediate thought was like, because again, I conflated Marvel and DC for a second, so that's my bad. But I was like, there is no universe where Spot would find himself on the Suicide Squad because there's no universe that you're gonna.
You can't control him.
You can't, no.
Like, it's actually the same fucking reason.
And you're going to put a fucking bomb in his head, he's just going to, like, drop it out of himself.
I'm so fucking happy that happened in the fucking Wit anime recently. Because they pretty much, they went with King Shark, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and then they put in Clayface. And from the very start, I'm like, a bomb in Clayface's neck doesn't do shit. He can literally just phase it out of himself. What the fuck is Clayface doing here? But last episode, they popped the bomb on Clayface, blew up his head, and of course, like 5 minutes later, he just walks up back into scene 2. He's like, "Oh yes, that's a good." They're like, "Wait, if you do, why were you here this whole time?" He's like, "Well, it's an isekai. I wanted to go to another world."
Because is it the game that the live service one is the one that they're going against the Justice League?
Or yeah, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. And again, it looks like absolute garbage.
And there's also zero universe where any of the Suicide Squad does anything to any member of the Justice League.
Especially since it's again with Captain Boomerang.
But then I've seen some scenes. It's like Killer Shark puts on the ring, a lantern ring gets... I was like, there's also no universe where a lantern ring would ever choose Killer Shark. I don't care if you picked it up and put it on. It's just going to fly off into space.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even think he's the one out of the 4 of them they picked for that game that they would choose. I think he's the least likely.
And then they have it so that fucking Harley kills Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking dumb.
And the part that kills me is like the speeches on all of them too. It's like, ugh. You got to talk about it. My problem with it is a lot of these writers don't write these characters like they are in the comic books at all. I don't think Harley would sit there and try to make a greater point about killing Batman. I think she'd kill him and laugh.
Yeah.
And then leave. Have some sort of joke set up for it, and that's it. It's just like I'll give that same criticism to the Wit anime in a lot of cases too. There's so many times that the characters don't feel like at all like their counterparts.
Well, I'm happy that it's over now, so then the Wit Studio can more focus on the One Piece.
You think it's over now? You think it's over now? It's set up a season 2.
I hope it's still over, though. I hope it does poorly and they abandon the project.
I only hope it does poorly and they abandon the project because of the way they set up season 2. It's like every other fucking Suicide Squad thing except for the one good one. The Joker's the next bad guy. Yeah, the Joker might be the character out of the entire anime that feels the least like their comic counterpart. It was bugging my partner the whole time. Anytime Joker said something, it would bug him.
Well, the fact even that Joker's still alive in any comic book thing. If anyone deserves the death penalty, it's the fucking Joker.
Harley, do you know what every man wants? They want to be somewhere they're not. I'm like, oh, God.
And I'm just like, the death penalty in Gotham would go a long way, people. Why aren't these people voting for the death penalty?
Deadshot's a literal hitman. Like, he kills people with guns.
Yeah, not all of these people are succeeding in their fucking insanity cases.
Yeah.
Like, I could get Joker, but it's like...
Deadshot's not crazy.
No, but how many insanity trials is Joker going to win?
Yeah.
Because then he just breaks out of jail and does the same shit again. It's like, obviously he's not that insane if he's this criminal mastermind that keeps breaking out of jail and getting one-ups on Batman and all this shit. Batman's all about justice. Well, justice says we kill these people. How about that? Just Superman. Just laser all the way around Gotham. Fly under it. Pick it up. Bring it to Texas and drop it in Texas. Or somewhere that has a death penalty. I know it's a fake city, but it's based in the U.S. somewhere. Just pick it up, put it in one of the states to have a death penalty. Or, here's the thing, because Metropolis and Gotham aren't that far away, look at all the wonders that Superman does to Metropolis. That's a good city. Superman, go help your boy out. He's struggling, all right? Fix Gotham up.
Maybe they could rename Crime Alley once you're done.
Yeah. Name it like Batman Street or Superman Street or something. Hero
Wayne
Ave.
Street.
Yeah, something. Wayne Drive.
Wayne Drive.
Come on, people. Can't be that hard to clean up Gotham. Got a fucking crazy dude in a suit fucking hospitalizing people for spitting gum on the fucking side of the wall. Have you seen that dude? Just YouTube shorts. You see some guy. It's like when you're in Gotham and you litter and like they throw something in a trash can and they're walking around at night and they miss and just keep walking and then all of a sudden Batman's just right there and he beats the fuck out of them. It's funny.
But I think we need to call it there.
Yes. Good episode.
Good episode.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Episode 77.
Go watch Suicide Squad.
Don't go watch
But
Suicide.
only the very 2 specific ones that I think are worth watching.
Please don't.
Do it.
No. Take care, y'all.
Peace.